Hi handsome, welcome to my 58th video. After a long time, Caphras Stones have become a rare commodity yet again, as everyone is getting ready for the new sovereign offhand weapons. Whether you want to get them for your own personal use or to sell them on the center market to make an extra buck, I thought it would be a great idea to show you the spots that I think are better than the others, spots that I like going to myself, and also explore some other options if you don't like a given zone that everyone else tells you to go to. Before I even show you anything, information is key, and in case you don't know, Garmov.com has this neat feature where it can rank spots based on a specific item, which in this case I'm going to use Caphras Stones. So instead of hearing me yap for the next several minutes, you can just scroll through this yourself and see if you like a spot or not. With that out of the way, we might as well start with the spot that's at the top of the list, the one you've probably all heard about, Dekia 4-wood forest. This spot really has it all. It has the highest drop rate of Caphras, a really decent number of blackstones as well, so you don't have to waste money on buying them from the center market either. It's very good money per hour on its own, and you can also get the limbo seal for debo rings on top of this. It only has two potential downsides that I can see. One, if you are playing a class that's not good for this spot, like me with Succession Tamer, and second, the near inability to grind here on Arsha unless you are turbo geared. According to Garmov, the 50% drop rate difference here translates to roughly 30 Caphras lost, but even then it should still be better than anything else on the right class. For those of you who do not like Formfoot, don't have the class for it, or simply want a change of scenery, I present you with Dekia Cyclops. Depending on the class, you should see slightly worse Caphras results than Formwood, but in terms of money it is very similar, and it's also a limbo spot, so you don't lose out on too much. The only issue with this spot is the double trash loot. I think you need around 22 mates to grind here without any issues. And the way I do it is by horse stacking the gargoyle trash and then using a maid for the Cyclops after each time I kill him, so that my mates have time to recharge. The spot is also a bit of a DPS check with the Cyclops around, but I think that just makes it a bit more fun. Alright, that's our gear people taken care of. I don't think I need to go that much more into detail for those spots, because most of these people grinding these spots already know what they are doing and they know where they should go. So let's go to lower end spots so that even our fellow gearless like me have a place to grind. First mid-game spot on the list is Gyfin Underground. This place gives good Caphras, but I just do not like it personally. It has similar Arsha problems to Dekia Formwood, since this is still the best EXP spot in the game and people are going to be power leveling their alts for the mentor event or just to level their seasoned Wukong character, and you will most likely get asked at least a couple times when you are here to power level someone else. Which would be fine if the spot just wasn't so goddamn boring to me. You get these statues of 3 different colors, and you get a buff of a different color that changes after each big statue kill, where you should hit the statue of the corresponding color. So if you have the blue buff, you hit the blue statue, which is the sword and shield guy. If you are good enough, you should be able to kill a statue before it turns around and starts doing damage to you. And this is where my problem comes in, because it just feels like I'm hitting a target dummy. Feel free to try this spot yourselves. If it clicks for you, it clicks, and you get a bunch of Caphras as well as a lot of EXP. Now, on the other hand, a spot that I like a lot is Jade Starlight Forest. Finally, a spot that is not a tower spot, right guys? This place gives you a very good amount of Caphras. It is also an aggress spot, so it allows you to use it as well, although it does eat quite a lot of it, around I would say 35,000 aggress if you are a character around the Gearscore that it recommends. But what makes this really good as well is if you don't have the Labreska helmet, then you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here and also work for the Flame of Frost. And you can also get the iridescent lightstones here for the extra dopamine and some extra money. Definitely a bit of a slept on spot nowadays, although I would say that it's still quite decently contested and you will have to fight over your spot on Arsha every now and then. Guys, do I have to talk about Honglin base? No? I mean, you guys already are grinding here anyway, right? It's a decent spot for Caphras, so you know what, this time I'll allow it. Now, although the spots I just talked about are considered mid-game, I think there might be still some people who cannot grind it yet, and therefore I will have some spots that are a bit lower requirement as well. And the first one is the spot that got me into grinding, the first spot that I ever grinded a lot, and that is regular Thornwood Forest. I don't think you will get better Caphras yields in the gear range that Thornwood Forest has, and the spot is also seldom contested even on Arsha. The big downside of this spot is that it really isn't good money nowadays, even if you include the Caphras Stones themselves. But I think it's still worth considering if all you want is more Caphras Stones. The other spot for our lower gear people who can't quite reach Honglim and up is a regular Akhman Temple. This is a bit of an inverse of Thornwood since it gets you less Caphras in exchange for more money, especially if you are using Agres. It also boasts the highest drop rate of the memory fragment scrolls in the entire game, which have increased in price recently thanks to Heidelball giving us a bunch of crowns and hammers, so if you are watching this video near its release, you might want to give this one a shot no matter what. I think this is yet another very slept on spot. Now, if you want some more spots around this gear range that are kind of in between Thornwood and Akhman, I would also recommend my honorable mentions, which are going to be Gratuga and Sikraya Lower. Both are going to be worse than the previously mentioned spots, but if you just want to spruce up your grind, there you go. I also didn't really mention the group spots, which is basically just Olens, either regular Olens or the Kia 1 Olens, since I don't really know if people actually do it, at least not the Kia 1, but maybe it's worth a shot if you have friends and you are a bit higher geared. Finally, let's talk about some early game season spots that you can go to for a bit more Caphras even when you are just getting started. Here, you will need a fast class, something like a Sack Zerker, Sack Ranger, Awakening Musa or Awakening Valkyrie, since all of these spots are essentially one-shot. I know some people don't like including Infinite Potion or Atanis spots here because they kind of feel like fake money, so I will split this segment into Potion and Money spots. Potion spots that also give you a decent amount of Caphras are Kedri Ruins, honestly this spot is peak season spot. Mancham Forest, this is a bit situational since it gets you only one piece for the potion, but the Caphras is quite good here as well. Traitor's Graveyard, aka Marie Cave, here the Caphras is really good and also the Atanis is not bad, but the trash value is quite abysmal, so you are only going here for Caphras and Atanis. And finally Broti Cave, so we also have a place to spend your Agres on that is also quite peak. For your seasonal money spots, we of course have Centaurs. This spot is still quite good even to this day, especially with Agres. Gahas, which is a bit of a baby Centaurs vibe we got going on here to be honest, but maybe you will like it a little bit more although the money is worse. And finally, regular Sulfur, which I don't really want to call a money spot quote unquote, but we got very slim pickings here and this spot at least gives decent Caphras and you might as well start your treasure map grind here, so there you go. And that's all the spots I think are worth mentioning for this video. I tried to go for variety since I personally like grinding at multiple spots to not get bored myself, and I will be linking the Garmoth thing in the description if you need, as there are way more spots that do give Caphras and I don't see a reason to mention them all in this video since that would not really be helpful to anyone. I hope you enjoyed this video handsome. Do tell me if there are any spots I missed or which spot is your favorite. Remember to like and subscribe and enjoy your grind.